Unveiling event. If we can have your attention, we're going to begin our program. So it's quite a pleasure to finally be back up here to do this unveiling event. As it turns out, it's been, I had to do the math because it's been so long since we've been able to do one of these with the pandemic. It's been 3 years since we last did an official unveiling. We've been doing some virtual unveilings, but it's great to see the crowd in here and enjoying some food and soon getting to see these vehicles. So I'm Andy Gerhardt. I'm professor over in the Mechanical and Robotics and Industrial Engineering Department, and one of the advisors for this. You'll find out a little bit later which one. Mystery, right? Before we do anything else, I would like to mention first what is Blue Devil Motorsports. So Blue Devil Motorsports was founded about a little over 10 years ago, but we have a long history of competing in these Society of Automotive Engineering events, going way back to when they were first founded. And our Formula car and their teams would be actually out here racing against other teams. We eventually added a Baja car, and then we added Aerodesign, and then we added a hybrid car, and then we added the all-electric car, and we've added in the intelligent ground vehicles and super mileage. So we've grown and grown over the years. And so to tell us a little bit more about this year and what we're doing, I would like to invite up our Dean of the College of Engineering, Dr. Nabil Grace.
Thank you, Andy. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nabil Grace, and I have been here at Lawrence Tech for almost 35 years. Yes, it's a long time, but I love it so much, that's why I stuck around here. But on behalf of our president, Dr. Soap, unfortunately he's traveling today, and he will not be with us. But I have been enjoying this function every year. And no matter what, I will never miss it as a faculty member, or as a chair, or as a dean. But definitely it has been a tradition for Lawrence Tech College of Engineering for the unveiling. And it's funny, it has been almost 3 years since we have been under this roof, getting together. It's music to my ears that I can see all the cars, the hard work of our seniors. They are standing here in front of all of you, and I'm grateful to all of them. And every time I walk by the High Bay area or the Fab Lab, I look at them. They are racing with the time, they are racing to achieve their goals, and they are getting their hand dirty. I like it. And sometimes, actually, I look at them. I'm a structural engineer, I'm not a mechanical engineer. But sometimes I look at you guys, and I say to myself, if I have to redo it again, I will be a mechanical engineer. I have to say that. You guys impressed me so much, and I'm so proud of all of you, of your hard work, and for your accomplishment here. With this being said, I'd like to make sure to thank all the people who've been here today and the people that supported our teams. Because without you and without your help, that would be impossible. I'd like to take a few minutes here to acknowledge the teams that we are talking about today. We have a total of 6 teams. Let me start by the first one. We have the SAE Aerodesign team, and the faculty advisor is Andy. Andy, thank you so much for all the work that you have been doing. And the captain for this year is Kate. Is she around? Thank you so much, Kate, for all the hard work. They are going to compete on May 20th, and they're going to go to Texas. I don't know if they are flying or driving. Flying? Driving. Wow, that's a long way to drive. All the best. The second team that we have here is the Baja SAE team. And the faculty advisor is Dr. James Manders. I saw him a minute ago. James. Thank you, James, for so. And Roy is the team captain. Roy, where are you? Thank you, Roy, for all the hard work. Thank you. They are going to compete on May 12th, and they're going to be at Tennessee Tech University. All the best. I assume also you will be driving, right? We have the Formula Electrical team. The faculty advisor is Dr. Hamid Vijani. Hamid, he was here a minute ago. Thank you, Hamid. And we have two team captains this year, Kevin and Tyler. Kevin and Tyler, thank you so much, Kevin. They will be competing on May 2nd at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. The fourth team is the Formula SAE team. The faculty advisor is Dr. Jiskar Kafuri. Jiskar. Thank you, Jiskar. And the team captain, Lucas and Michael. Michael and Lucas, thank you so much. They will be competing at Michigan International Speedway on May 18. The fifth team that we have here is SAE Super Mileage Team, and the faculty advisor is Dr. Sishen Yawan. Is he here? Thank you so much. And the captain is Chris. Where's Chris? Chris, thank you so much for being here. Thank you. All the best. And you'll be competing on June 9th at Eaton Proving Grounds in Michigan. That's not far, right? Good. Well, and last but not least, we also have the Intelligent Ground Vehicle Competition team, and the faculty advisor again is Jiskar Kafuri, Dr. Kafuri. Thank you for double dip. And they will be competing on June 3rd at Oakland University. Please join me in congratulating all the teams for major accomplishment. This is a milestone for them. Please join me in congratulating. I'd like to take a minute here to express my gratitude to Dr. Kingaman Yee. Where is Kingaman? Kingaman, thank you. Kingaman Yee did a great job. He's the one organizing all this, and he's also leading the SAE student chapter, and we do appreciate all the work that Kingaman Yee have been doing. Well, on behalf of the entire College of Engineering, I'd like to thank the department. Dr. Badia Jawad is here today. I saw him some minute ago. Badia, thank you so much, Badia. Thank you. Badia Jawad and his team, all the professors, all the faculty members, the staff, they have been great. They have been helping our students. And again, I wish all of them the best. I also would like to express my gratitude to the support team who has been supporting and funding our student team. I'd like to thank the advanced office and the business office for all the help they have been providing to our beautiful students. Please, again, join me in wishing them all the best on their trip and come back with a trophy. Good luck, guys.
So one of the things that you could probably guess, and is absolutely true, is how much sweat, tears, I actually saw real tears throughout this process. And I'm not supposed to mention this, but there is some blood with that sweat and tears. Yeah, see, I knew Adam would have some blood all over his hands. But let me tell you about the dedication of these teams real quick. So back in the fall, right around the campus area, there was a power outage. And so the engineering building was just completely blackened, just all dark in there. So I come out of my office, trying to light up the hallway and find my way around. And I'm thinking, this is a great opportunity for our students to just leave and go take a nap. So I knew that my Aerodesign team was meeting over in the lab. So I thought, I'm going to go over there and see what's going on. I walk over there, and this is like 20, 25 minutes after the lights had gone out. And I walk in there, and they've all got the flashlights on their phone going on the whiteboards and on the desks, and they're sitting there designing and as if nothing happened, just in the dark and still going through this process. And I was like, this is a great opportunity to be like, we can't do anything, I'm out of here. But they continued to work on this. I actually told them, I'm like, go home or something. They're like, no, we're going to get this done. So I guess I'm a bad influence. But nonetheless, that's just an example of what I see these teams doing and how much time and dedication they put in. The next thing I want to mention is these vehicles are not cheap. They require a lot of fundraising, and we've got some of our sponsors here today, and even those sponsors that aren't able to be here today, we cannot do this without you. It is huge what we're able to get, whether it's a gift in kind, whether it's actually monetary donations. We couldn't do this without that, and it is gigantic budgets. So our sponsors, thank you, thank you. You'll hear some of those sponsors directly from our teams as they come up here. So let me start. Just going to go alphabetical so that no one team is above the other. I'm not calling Aero first because I'm their advisor. It's just because last time I checked, A started the alphabet. So we will call up Katie Profit, our team captain. Come on up, tell us about Aerodesign, and we can unveil that plane. Go ahead, let's unveil it.
Thank you. So like Dr. Gearhart said, my name is Katie Profit. I am the team captain of the 2022 Lawrence Tech Aerodesign team. I would like to give massive amounts of credit to my lovely team over there. We have Anthony, Zach, Ryan, Jason, Jacob, Caleb, and Alicia all over there. They are such hardworking, wonderful individuals, and we would never be able to do that without each and every one of these people on this team. So thank you so much, you guys. You've made this such a great experience. We have been very hard at work, spending the last year designing, constructing, and testing a remote control plane that optimizes the team's flight score based on the constraints set by the SAE competition. The team opted to design the first biplane in recent LTU Aero team history in order to carry a high volume and additional high weight payload with a short wingspan that could take off within 100 feet and come to a complete stop upon landing within 400 feet. We've learned so much through this process, and we've had a lot of really great success, including a successful test flight of our final competition plane, which took place on Sunday, which we have the flight video over there if you guys want to come check it out. We have not done this by ourselves. We have so much great support here in the form of the mechanical engineering department. So I would like to say a big thank you to Dr. Jawad and the mechanical engineering department for their support, and to our advisor, Dr. Andrew Gearhart, for being a great resource for us throughout this whole process. We also wanted to thank some of our sponsors, including Ford Motor Company, Resolute Building Intelligence, Nankin Hobby, Eaton, Henkel, and our many, many pitch-in sponsors that have spent so much time and effort helping us get to where we are at. So thank you all so much for coming, and I will hand it back over to Dr. Gearhart to announce the other teams.
All right, so in between here, before we introduce our next, I got to give a shout out to our business office. It is unbelievable how many little tiny parts are all over these vehicles. And so requisitions and keeping count of our accounts, and wow, Michelle and Luba, we keep you all busy, don't we? So thank you for that. Next up, let's see, A, B. B comes next, so that would be the Baja team. Roy Schwarzinski, come on down and let's see that vehicle.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. As Dr. Gearhart introduced, my name is Roy Schwarzinski, the team captain of the 2022 Baja SAE team. First off, I'd like to start out by thanking all the people who've helped make this project possible. That goes from sponsors to everybody in the MRIE department, including Sandra, Dr. Jawad, Michelle, everybody that we interact with who helps make this possible and helps allow us to raise money to do this. Additionally, I'd like to thank Mike Wallace. He's been a big help with our fundraising as well. Particular sponsors I would like to thank, we have K-Wood Gear, GM, Eaton, Ford, AM General, Flash Bainite, Terrell Manufacturing, ITC, Laser Mechanisms, and Turbo Spray. Our team consists of 9 members, including myself, Adam Stavros, Barry Kennedy, Tyler Knight, Jack Lincoln, John Bowling, April Leslie, and Jonathan Meyer, and Edvard Tobias. When everything is said and done, we will be heading down to Tennessee Tech to compete. What competition consists of is a day of tech inspection and then an evaluation of our design. After that follows dynamic events, which include events such as suspension and traction, an endurance event, acceleration, and other static events and dynamic events to test the limits of what we can achieve with our vehicle. So, without further ado, I'd like to reveal our vehicle to you all, and thank you again, everybody, for your support. We appreciate it.
All right, Adam's probably the only one that actually practices pull. That was impressive. I like it. Okay, so we've heard a shout out to these folks already, but I'm going to shout out to them again, and that's our Office of Advancement for really helping with the fundraising, even including things like just even doing pitch-in accounts, so we can just get from online, we can get donations that way as well. So thank you for all the help that we get from the Advancement Office. Okay, so we don't have a C, and I don't know the alphabet by memory after that, so I'm going to pull out my notes and see if I can actually find who's next. Oh, we have to go all the way up to F and E, which I know that's out of order. But Formula Electric, let me call up Kevin Stinnett. Come on down and let us know about Formula Electric.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kevin Stinnett, and as you know, I'm one of the co-captains here for the Formula Electric team. So we have a pretty big team for our 2022 team being about 19 members, and then our next team being another 19-ish members. So I'll just cover the leads. So we have Tyler Revitt, our co-captain, Melissa Best, our powertrain lead, Nathan Buchanan, our structural lead, Tom Dixon as our vehicle dynamics lead, Dan Sharowski and Nico Munez as our program managers, with the rest of the team working under either of the three team leads. So this year our competition takes place at New Hampshire Motor Speedway on May 2nd through May 5th. And now to go over just some of our highlights with powertrain, this year we decided to go with an MRAX 228 that produces about 150 horsepower and about 170 foot-pounds of torque, with our motor controller being a Semicron Sky that essentially converts our 300 volts DC accumulator to a three-phase system to power the MRAX and control the MRAX. Now for our structural highlights, we have an all-steel tube chassis with an aero kit that encompasses both a front and rear wing, and at about 35 miles an hour produces a 100 pounds of downforce. And then for our vehicle dynamics side, we decided to go with a chain and sprocket to make a simple drivetrain, and then as well as change our steel uprights to aluminum uprights, which netted us about 50% rate reduction. Now on to thanking everyone that's helped us. We wanted to thank, first off, Dr. Jawad for allowing us the space to make our vehicle possible, and Dr. Vejdani for being our advisor, of course. And then we wanted to, first off, apologize to the families, because as we unveil the car, you'll notice we don't have the names for everyone that's donated to our cause, but I promise you by the end of next week we will. And then we wanted to thank all of our sponsors, such as Ford, Cyprium, American Axle, and so many more that have helped us through either direct donation or services. Without everyone's help, we couldn't have honestly made this car a reality. And so without further ado, let us unveil the car.
Music and everything, wow. Why didn't we think of this, Aerodesign? I don't know. Okay, so you might be wondering, why are we doing the unveiling this like first week of April if they're not competing until May and June? And so it actually tells you something about the other sacrifice some of these students have to make, because Formula Electric is actually going to be competing during finals week. So these students actually will be, most of them will either be taking their final on the road with their advisor like proctoring the exams, or they'll be taking the exams before the rest of their peers. In my classes, they're actually going to take the exam before they even leave town. So we're only a month away, and these vehicles are ready to go for testing. So they need at least a month for testing, and then they need that month to like study and get ready for finals. So that's what's going on. So next up, we have our Formula SAE team, and Mike Spillane, I believe, is going to be our speaker. Here's Mike.
Hello and welcome to Unveiling. I'm Mike Spillane. I'm the CTO of the Formula SAE team. I'm co-captained with Lucas, our COO, and Ross, our CFO. So today we're going to talk about the Formula SAE car that we have spent now closing on a year and a half working on through intro projects and now moving into competition. When we actually go to competition, we will be at Jackson at the Michigan International Speedway between May 18th and May 21st. And there are so many hours that have been put in this car and so many people that have helped us. One of the very important things that happened this year was we had Dr. Jawad come up to me at the Blue Devil Day and ask if there was anything that the department could do for us. And I just said, you know, a welder would be nice. We have a very, very old welder that has been a little bit spotty over the last few years. And he said, sure, I'll make it happen. Now, I was frankly surprised. I didn't think that was actually gonna happen. But then Dr. E came through and helped get all the legwork done to get the welder. And this thing is about a quarter of the size and does just pretty much everything else it does. And it's portable, so we're gonna be able to easily bring it to competition. So that was a huge thing the mechanical engineering department did for us this year that is going to benefit the entire SAE program as well as any of the other teams that need to have a welder to use. Some other important sponsors that did help us through this journey was a lot of cash donations as well as some big work that was done for machining and parts. Namely, we had Bay Systems, Durr, Baker Industries, Synergy, Nissan, LEM Industries, and Eaton. They all provided very, very important parts and support for the car to help get it done. So some of the more important things that we were focusing on this year was not only improving on last year's car, but also trying to inject some new, interesting ideas that could be validated and give us some very impressive results at competition. One of the things that we had improve was our intake manifold, which RCO graciously helped us 3D print. We were able to design it at a better spec, we believe, than last year, and we're able to reduce some of the weight. Some other important things were the aero package, where we were able to increase the downforce of the vehicle as well as implement a soon-to-be active aero system, which will help us with dynamic conditions on the track when we're moving through different positions. So, without further ado, I would like to introduce the Formula SAE car for model year 2022.
Thank you, Mike. So this next team that we're going to show is one of our newest additions to our Blue Devil Motorsports. And correct me if I'm wrong, but you don't just compete against other colleges, but you'll be competing against like professionals in the super mileage game, right? Yeah, like Chris is like, I don't know. Sure, yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah, so it's like a big deal. It's got huge sponsors for the actual competition that that make a whole international thing out of this. So, Chris Keju, come on up and tell us about the super mileage vehicle.
Thank you, Dr. Gerhardt. Yeah, so super mileage is it's a very fun and unique competition. Like Dr. Gerhardt said, we compete against 18 different teams across the world. We have some teams that are coming from United Arab Emirates, Canada, Puerto Rico, Costa Rica, pretty much everywhere. And before we get into everything, first, Dr. Grace, thank you for being here. Dr. Liu, Dr. Yuan, thank you for advising and all your support. Dr. Yi for all your help. Sandra for all the emails and all the purchasing stuff. And without further ado, the 2022 Super Mileage Vehicle. So with this being not a standard car, right, everyone's probably thinking, well, how do you even drive this thing? Well, the driver lays flat on his back with his feet facing the front of the vehicle, and the main point of this competition is to go as many miles per gallon as you can. We're given about a little bit less than a liter of gas, and you just drive it for 36 minutes around a course. You have 9 laps to take, and the main thing that we do with the competition is we start the engine, drive it for a couple minutes, cut the engine, let it coast, and repeat the same process over and over again. So this is very unique. It caught my eye as well as other team members' eyes right off the bat. But this would not have been done if it wasn't for the countless hours and work that our team has done. Specifically, me as a captain, and I have co-captains as well, Scott Maidens and Trenton Fritzma. They put a lot of work in, and their work showed. And also the rest of the guys, Tyler, John, Connor, Lloyd is a graduate student who helped us out, Mike, Chris, I think that's everybody, right? Yeah, so it's a small team. We only got about 9 guys, so it's very interactive, and there's a lot of different places that you can be involved in. We're very excited for this next year. We're aiming for 400 miles per gallon. Our competition is going to be in June, in Marshall, Michigan, June 9th and 10th. So not too far. It's pretty close, like Dr. Grace had said, so it's not a big drive, which is good. So we have 2 months of testing now. We actually did get to drive this car on Sunday, so it is functional. It does drive. And now we're just fine-tuning everything. But our sponsors are amazing. Ford, Hexagon. Hexagon was a company that was able to 3D scan our body. We didn't have a CAD model to work off of, and we got to use a new state-of-the-art scanner, and it helped us out a lot getting accurate CAD models. Special Projects was the one that helped us put the body together. It is very sturdy. We're very proud of the tank that we built, as well as the lightweight tank that we built. This thing only weighs about 120 pounds. Fully carbon fiber, and all the systems inside of it are completely made by hand. All of us put our time and hours into it to make it what it is today. And yeah, thank you to everybody, and thank you to everybody for being here today. And the other teams, congratulations for all your cars and planes. They look amazing. Yeah, thank you very much.
Chris, I don't know what you're talking about. You have to lay down in that? I sat upright. I had no problem sitting upright. Oh, okay. Okay. Dr. Yi and I are not challenged to have to lay down in that. So our final vehicle to show off is what these other teams are composed, the majority are mechanical engineering students. We do have electrical engineering students that help us out. And across campus, sometimes we have some of our business administration students help us out. And especially with marketing, we've got all across campus. But the majority is usually mechanical engineering. This last vehicle that we're going to unveil is actually robotics students. And this is the Intelligent Ground Vehicle Competition. And Roger Frenzel, come on down and tell us about this.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for being here. I'm going to start with introducing the team. I'm Roger Franzel, the team captain for IGVC. And we have our fabrication leads, which is going to be Alec and John. Our design leads are Kyle and Ethan. Our electrical leads are Mark and Jarek. And then our programming leads are Marisa and Grant. To start off with our vehicle highlights, we went with a swerve drive system, which each wheel has an independent drive and turning motor. So every motor can turn 360 degrees and drive forwards and backwards, any direction it wants. Also, we are using our depth camera, which allows it's a 2-camera stereo view to allow for depth sensing to detect and avoid obstacles easier. And also this robot, we hand manufactured and fabricated about 75% of it, everything besides like motors and gears and all the sensors. I will unveil the robot now. We didn't have as much time to practice our unveiling as some of the other students. Our competition is June 3rd through the 6th at Oakland University, so just down the road. I want to give a special thanks to our sponsors, Yakazai Automotive, Ingersoll Rand, Westbourne Market, McCoy Honey Company, Fusion Welding, Cliff Buick GMC, Sarah Perry, the Schultz family, and then a special thanks to our advisor, Dr. Kafori, Dr. Jawad, and the rest of the MRIE department. Dr. Gerhardt.
So one of the things that I love about this unveiling is look at the diversity of these vehicles. There's only two that look somewhat similar. We go from this biplane thing from World War I to this sleek aerodynamic to a box, and I love that. It tells you though about the diversity of the things that you can do in engineering. So thank you everybody for coming out tonight, this afternoon. Is it afternoon? Sure, we'll go with afternoon. Thanks for coming out this afternoon. And to all our sponsors, here's what I would like y'all to do, just because this formal part has ended and we've pulled tablecloths off of these things, you've really got to talk to these folks. So we're gonna have the teams hanging out around their vehicles for a while. Take the time to come and ask them questions. They love to talk about these things, so if you need to eventually just turn around and walk off, you can do that. But ask them some questions and learn a little bit more about these vehicles, because it was very brief what we did get to learn about these from just a quick coming up on the stage, and enjoy some of the snacks that we have back there. And we wish the teams the best of luck, and thank you all for coming out.